It's really hard to make a connection between Derrick Henry and the foot injury, although it's not unreasonable. His body type, his body size, and the amount of carries that he's taking and putting that body through is very much unprecedented. We've never seen a dude built like Derrick Henry take the amount of punishment Derrick Henry's taken. So the chances of somebody like him getting a Jones fracture is probably higher than the chances of somebody like Tutu Atwell getting a Jones fracture. Very different bodies, different complex systems at work. So there's probably something to that. That's not to say that he's going to have another bone or joint related injury, but it's not out of the question. The other thing, I think the most concerning thing with Derrick Henry is that this might not necessarily be, oh, Derrick Henry had a foot injury, now he's going to hit the cliff. This is more than likely just a sign that is coming. And let me explain what I mean by that. When you have running backs, the age cliff is a very misunderstood conversation that needs to have a little bit more nuance. When it comes to the age cliff, what is not necessarily an RB1 go down to RB50. You see an RB1 that drops to like the RB6, right? Or you see the RB6 that'll drop maybe to the RB13. This cliff that we like to call it as fantasy players is really more so what our perception of how far down they fall. These players can still be very productive NFL running backs and to a certain degree fantasy football contributors. The thing with Derrick Henry is that every year after year, his yards after contact, it gets worse. His forced tackles per touch gets worse. He does have now the foot injury. And that's why I'm saying this might be more indicative of him slowing down than causative, if that makes sense. Time to really stop giving him as many carries and touches as we need. It's not necessarily indicative of another injury, but as at his age and at his continuously stepwise decreasing efficiency, I don't think that he's the best bet and as a top 10 pick to deliver on what you want.